I am Kimmy, and I am a cam model and an OnlyFans model. The word model still feels a little like surreal to me, but I guess it's what it's called, and I'm going with it. So basically, as of right now, I've been doing it for about 3 months, camming on Chaturbate, and then I have been on OnlyFans for like a week. So I'm still like really new. I'm still learning. I'm very eager to hear what you guys have to say about like advice you might have for OnlyFans. But today I wanted to talk about just like Chaturbate. I feel like in the 3 months that I've kind of come to understand the platform a little bit better. It's definitely, of the few campsites that I've found, the best for me. And I mean, you might have a really good audience on a different platform, I'm not sure. I tried my free cams. I tried a few other ones. My free cams was terrible. I like hated everybody on there. Like you get so many views, like a lot of views, like 60 people will be in your room, but they're all anonymous. You might get one paid person and nobody chats, and it's like, even when you're new, you kind of want that interaction, especially to help you grow. So Chaturbate, when I first started Chaturbate, I was not intending to make it like a thing financially at all. I was like, I've always been kind of like an exhibitionist. I've always been really, and always is a relative term. If anybody from my past life knows me, no you don't. But anyway, yeah, that's a relative term, always. But it's always been a part of me, I think. And I was just looking for somewhere that I could honestly like smoke 420 products on. Unfortunately, that is not that place. Do not try and do any type of anything except for nicotine vapes, and I think you can smoke on there like regular cigarettes, but nothing else, even if it's legal in your area, which it is in my area. So that's kind of annoying. I really wanted that to be like a part of my thing. It's really a part of who I am. I'm like a stoner at heart. But anyway, it's fine. I like, when I hang out, I just kind of like put a black screen right here, and I'll just hang out right here and do my like dabbing business, and then I'll come back and, you know, lift up the shirt or whatever, and that's kind of fun. But yeah, so first day, I was like literally in my car, and they were like asking me to get naked, and I totally did. Like I was so into it. But when you're new, like I didn't know this, but when you're new, you get a new hashtag, and I don't know how long it lasts, but it lasts a while. Maybe a week, maybe a certain number of streams or a number of hours of streaming. But yeah, so basically, I didn't use my new tag at all, at all. By the time I decided to try and actually do it like a little bit professionally and not just like fuck around on it, I had no new tag. So I didn't even know how to use hashtags at first. This is why I'm making this guide, because I didn't understand anything. I feel like nobody put it all out there, so I'm going to try and do that. Alright, day one, you're looking at Chaturbate, you're like, what do I do? What I did is I found a model that I really liked, that looked kind of like me, but not really. Someone that I really liked her vibes. And she had a lot of views in her room. She had like 120 people in her room at the time. And she was literally chilling. Like she wasn't, you know, having any fun that way. But she was still having like a wonderful like stream. It was a great vibe. And so I asked her, I sent her a tip. And I said, hey, I really like your stream. Do you have any advice for me? And it was kind of a slow time in the stream. Nobody was really chatting. And I apologized. I was like, look, I get it. If you want to kick me out, like, I get that. But I just really appreciate your content, and I would love to, be a part of that. Like, learn from you. And she totally gave me some great advice. The advice she gave me was, number one, stream for at least an hour before you decide whether it's going to be a bad time or a good time. The algorithm, it seems, doesn't pick up streams that are less than an hour old, in my opinion. I have been extremely, bored, dead, and you kind of have to just, like, tolerate it. It's so hard because you have to stay enjoyable, right? Like, another part of the website is that the thumbnail will update every, I don't know if it's like 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. I think maybe you can change it. But basically, yeah, that thumbnail is so important, because if you're not doing something that looks cute, why would they click? And I mean, you want to be putting your best foot forward, right? That's your thumbnail. It's all they know about you, other than your name, is your little thumbnail. That's it. And you have one chance to make it a good impression. So it's kind of stressful to be, like, on camera that way for, like, a long time. You get used to it, though. Definitely don't, like, push yourself too hard at the beginning. If you are enjoying it a lot, go for it, enjoy it, but don't commit to anything. Just enjoy it. Just do it as you're enjoying it. What I did was I went really hard, and I loved it. Like, I got really, like, obsessive about it, and I do that. Like, I have ADHD. I hyperfixate on things. I always have. And so, like, I don't know. It was just, it was an outlet that I didn't have, right? And as it became closer to work, the outlet stayed, but the work increased, right? Because you're trying to actually make a profit after a while, right? You want your time to be worth it. And maybe that's not your goal, which is totally fine. If you're not out there for tips, like, it doesn't matter. But, like, on Chaturbate, it's tips. So the tip system is, every token, I don't know what you buy it for. I think it's different in every currency. But it comes out to, every token is 5 cents American. So, like, 20 tokens would be $1, basically. So, a lot of tips are going to be less than 20 tokens. That's totally fine. Keep it there. Like, keep it moving, As long as people are chatting, people are, like, I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's a tip system. You're going to also have the ability to tell what type of user is in your room by their color. So if they're gray, they don't have tokens. They've never had tokens. They don't intend to buy tokens, and you will get nothing from them, almost ever. So, like, keep that in mind. You're welcome to hang out with them. They're great people. It's just a different relationship, right? I have one that I've modded because I really just, like, enjoy their company. I like that they keep my room moving in terms of, like, I chat with them. They're kind. They're good people. Good times. Anyway. Every level will have a different one, and it goes up to light blue, light purple, dark purple. So you'll know how many tokens they've spent in the last 2 weeks by that color. Dark purple is over 1,000 tokens in the past 2 weeks. 1,000 tokens, I think, is $50. It's a lot in 2 weeks to be spending on this. I would say your top customers are going to be purple. You're going to get random purples come in. Maybe they drop a bunch of money, maybe they don't. But you want to keep them. Whether they have money at that moment or not, they are money spenders. You know what I mean? So, as such, when they subscribe or they follow you is what it's called on there, they'll get a notification every time you're on if they push notify. And whenever they push their followers button, they'll get a quick thumbnail of whatever the heck you're doing in your room, which is awesome. So get them to follow you. If they don't have money, like a lot of people spend their money differently on there, I find. Fridays, Saturdays are really good days because people get paid usually those days. Drop a bunch of money, you know? Especially if you're alone and horny on those nights. Like, those are good nights for camming. Something else to keep in mind is also time zones. So you're going to want to cater to the time zones that are going to bring the most audience. So for me personally, I try and be on at the same time that, like, people here might be up, but also people in Europe might be up, like in their morning. So it's something to keep in mind that way. If you're like Eastern time or Western time, Pacific time is what it's called. Either way, it'll be fine. It'll be great. Just keep that in mind in terms of when people are going to be visiting you. Don't just go on when you're convenient, but at the same time, at the same token, look after yourself. Like, everyone says that in these videos, and it's so freaking true because you get so excited, and that's totally fine. Like, I'm not gonna tell you to stop because you're gonna grow a big audience if you're excited. You can grow a lot really quickly if you're excited. Just don't make promises you can't keep maintaining long term. Okay. Tip menus. So you're going to have the ability to put apps in your room, in your chat room, and they will circle through every certain number of minutes. There are lots and lots of apps out there. You can even make your own if you're like an amazing person and, you know, that's your forte. Not my forte. I totally opened the app once. I was like, there's nothing out here that I want. So I decided I was going to make my own. Hell no. That ain't for me. I got like 4 minutes in and I was like, this is like way over my head. But anyway. So one of your apps should definitely be a tip menu. It should include a tip menu. What's important to know about apps is it's so like when you have an app, they might have one goal or they might have more than one goal in that app. Like, they might be able to do one thing or multiple things. And you don't want your apps to like conflict with each other, because some of them will do multiple things, and you only want them for one of those things. So it's kind of hard to mix and match, but it'll take time to trial and error that. Something else that is good to have in your chat, I have a follower to chat one, so that people either have to be following me if they don't have tokens, or if they have tokens they can just chat, because you know, that's kind of the name of the game, right? It's about the tokens, it's about the tips in the end. That's why you're there, kind of. It's also fun. Don't let it not be fun, but don't let people take advantage of you. Your time is valuable and your body is valuable, and what you're offering is something these people aren't getting elsewhere. So it's not a bad thing to be charging for it. It's a commodity. SW is a commodity. So like, no matter how you look at it, like, that's what camming is. You're also going to want something to keep your goals moving. So at first I was like, why goals? But like, every certain number of tokens, you can make it so that you will perform a certain act, or something fun will happen, or who knows, you can make it anything you want. It really doesn't matter at all. I made it for like my nipple piercings. I made it like a long term, I made it 5,555 tokens. And it took me a while to complete it because I was new, and you know, some people make that in a night. That's not going to be you, and if it is, I'm so proud of you. But if it's not, that's totally fine too. Like, let it just be at first. Um, and then when it comes to OBS, you basically need it. Don't use the in-browser broadcaster. I wouldn't recommend it. I did it for like a month. I didn't even know what OBS really was. OBS has a really decent guide, and the guide that's on Chaturbate is also pretty good in helping you set up OBS to stream to Chaturbate. Once you have OBS set up, you can also get Lovense. Lovense toys are Bluetooth connected toys. They are also the most popular on the platform that I am aware of. They make your tip menu really fun if you want. So the Lovense toys actually connect really seamlessly with Chaturbate. You can only use it, it's quite complicated to set up. So from what I did, I couldn't get it to work with my computer. Basically, I have to use my phone Bluetooth, but thankfully they have a QR code. So you go onto the Lovense website for the extension, look up for the extension. You have to download that to your Chrome browser. Once you have that downloaded, you push settings. It'll pop up with all your Lovense options. It'll give you a QR code. You can scan that with your phone and then connect it with your phone. Don't worry about it. If your computer's not working, I don't know what the heck, whatever. So the seamless part is actually that you can connect it with your tips. So you can make it so that one token or 10 tokens or 100 tokens will associate different amounts of vibration with your toy. It makes it a very, almost intimate, but very one-on-one, right? It's what they're looking for. You have to keep in mind that when people are on campsites, it's because they're looking for connection, in my opinion. This is just me. But if they really wanted polished PORN, they would be able to find that pretty easily for free out there. What they want is your attention. They want to feel valuable. They want to feel sexy. You might be asked for, little ratings. That could be something you put on your tip menu. But you're looking to create connections. I didn't understand that at first. I thought these people were gonna just come. That's a funny pun. I thought it was just gonna be a rotating door. But that's not where, in my opinion, or in my experience, the money has been. I have had probably 20 different users that have contributed to maybe 80% of my income from that platform. Easily. But you form connections with them. You can also have cam to cam as an option. If you cam to cam, basically you get to see them. You can either choose to be completely oblivious to them, or you can kind of react to them. I find a lot of people enjoy that they're not the only people enjoying what they're watching. It feels like they're part of a crowd. It's a community. So even if there's only like 4 people in your room, if you can cam to cam with one of them and form a connection with one of them, that's one more person that will come back, possibly. Again, nothing's guaranteed. So all these things are things to keep in mind. What is that worth to you? Do you like watching? Do you not? Like, for me, I offer it free for the first 2 people because I don't have unlimited bandwidth, right? Like, you can't just have unlimited people on your screen, but for the first few people, I'll watch them for free. Because I want, number one, it gets me happy. The H word isn't happy that I had in mind, but I'm on, a platform that doesn't allow for scary words. So, yeah, that connection. It's really important. And if I had gotten that at first, I think I would have. Um, I feel like I burnt some bridges almost. Just being like not rude, but like unapproachable. You want to be very approachable and yet stand your ground. It's a hard place to live. That's definitely for sure. So, yeah, that's kind of longer than I intended to talk already. So, I'm going to leave it there. If anybody has questions in the comments, I'll be sure to keep an eye on those. Maybe I'll make a part 2 if anybody has the same questions over and over again. I know I didn't go really into OBS or Levin's toys, how to set that up. I could do like a dedicated video step by step for that if you would like. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe. I will maybe be making content on here. Who knows? That'd be fun. Yeah, subscribe. Check out my links. You know which ones. And I hope you have a good night or day or afternoon or wherever the heck you are. Bye.